Title: My girlfriend texted, I told my boss we're in an open relationship so he'd stop feeling guilty. I replied, how considerate. Then I printed the screenshots and sent them to HR with the subject line, Unsolicited Disclosure. She called me from the parking lot, sobbing so hard I could hear her breath hitch between syllables. I didn't answer. I just let her voice fill the voicemail. Words like mistake and please and I don't know what happened. But I knew exactly what happened. 2 days earlier, she texted me, I told my boss we're in an open relationship so he'd stop feeling guilty. I stared at the message for a long time, not because I didn't understand it, but because I did. It was the kind of lie that told you the truth. I replied, how considerate. Then I put my phone down and exhaled. Not out of heartbreak, out of calculation. We'd been together 3 years, lived together for 1. She was the kind of woman who could make a room feel like it had gravity, charming, articulate, self-assured. People liked her. That was her camouflage. When we met, she was an assistant at her firm. By last winter, she was the executive's shadow, the boss's go-to. I joked once about how often her phone lit up with his name after hours. She said I was insecure. Maybe I was, or maybe I just noticed patterns. The betrayal didn't hit all at once. It came in small fractures. The sudden showers before bed, the new perfume a coworker recommended, the nights she worked late and came home smelling of hotel soap. Each lie was a thread she thought she could hide in the weave. I pulled one, then another, and watched the fabric unravel. The text wasn't a confession, it was a tell. She'd rationalized it to herself. If she could pretend I'd agreed, then maybe her conscience could sleep. But I don't sleep easily, and I don't forgive quietly. That night, I backed up every message, every photo, every timestamp. Screenshots of her open relationship claim. Screenshots of her boss's replies, compliments that blurred professionalism. A digital trail of arrogance. Then I wrote an email. Subject line, Unsolicited Disclosure. Attached, evidence. Recipient, HR. I waited 37 minutes before hitting send. Not because I doubted myself, because I wanted to savor the moment before everything shifted. The next morning, she hummed in the kitchen while spreading butter on toast. Her phone buzzed. She smiled down at it. I watched the reflection in the kettle, that little flicker of excitement when she saw his name. I asked, casually, you good at work lately? She said, busy, but yeah. I said, good. Stability's important. She kissed my cheek and left. The door closed, I listened to her car pull away, then opened my laptop. The email had been opened, forwarded, flagged. By noon, her company's Slack was a ghost town. By 2, whispers had turned to questions. By 4, the company posted a vague internal memo about maintaining professional boundaries. By 5, she called me. Her voice was shredded. They're investigating him, she said. Someone sent screenshots of my messages. Did you? I didn't answer. She filled the silence with panic. He's married. They're saying I violated policy. Oh my God, what did you do? I said, you told your boss we were in an open relationship. I just clarified that wasn't true. Then I hung up. She came home an hour later, eyes red, mascara smudged. I could lose my job, she said. You should have thought of that before using my name as a cover story. Her jaw trembled. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I nodded. That's the thing about lies, they always go further than you plan. She threw her phone on the couch like it had betrayed her too, sank into her hands and whispered, please, can we fix this? I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman who once traced circles on my palm under the table at restaurants. The woman who'd laughed in her sleep, and I felt nothing. The love had burned out quietly, like a candle left to die in an empty room. Over the next week, the investigation deepened. Her boss took administrative leave. She was temporarily suspended pending review. Corporate speak for condemned. I didn't gloat, didn't post, didn't celebrate. Revenge isn't about spectacle. It's about silence, the kind that echoes. She moved out 2 weeks later, left half her clothes, most of her books, took her guilt with her. Months passed. I'd see her name pop up occasionally in my mind, like a missed call I refused to return. Then one afternoon, I received a message from an unknown number. "You got what you wanted. Hope it was worth it." I stared at it for a long time, then deleted it. Because she was wrong. It wasn't about what I wanted, it was about balance. People think revenge is rage in motion. It's not. It's patience distilled. It's the art of knowing when to let someone's own choices bury them. She betrayed me with words. I answered with truth. And the truth is always heavier. Sometimes, late at night, I scroll back through the screenshots, not out of nostalgia, but as a reminder that trust is currency. Once spent, it never returns to full value. I imagine her somewhere new, telling someone else that she learned her lesson. Maybe she has, maybe not. Either way, my conscience sleeps fine. There's a quiet satisfaction in knowing justice doesn't always come from anger. Sometimes it comes from precision, from restraint, from one perfectly worded email. I titled it Unsolicited Disclosure, but really, it was a eulogy. For the version of her I thought I knew, and for the man I was before I learned how to stop loving people who mistake kindness for weakness. Because in the end, I didn't ruin her life. She did. I just forwarded the evidence.